Live, baby.
Are we live?
We're live. What's up, people?
We're not live.
We are live. We're definitely live, yes.
Hey, we're live.
What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
People are saying a
People
lot
are saying they're not saying that, trust me. They're seeing the show that they're meant to be seeing. You're gonna knock the lights over, man.
To show you. We've also got a spin wheel that we won't be using today. But how cool is this? We've got
It's
so
not
many
cool, Sam.
things to show. Oh, we can't see it. 3 things to show you.
It's just gonna be blurry for them.
Oh, all these games that we want to show you, all these new things, all these fun adventures.
From our secret new location, which we will reveal soon, right? But for now, it's still a mystery.
It is a
okay?
mystery for now. But we've got a lot to show you today, or a lot to talk about today.
We do. It's a very packed Layman Live. Thank you very much for being here. This is our weekly show where we cover all the news that we didn't have time to cover this week. And it was a big week of news for good and bad reasons. We will get to all that very soon. Sam, how was your week?
My week was good. We played 8 hours straight of... we played games.
Yeah, we're not allowed to say what we played this week.
I just realised.
Well done, Sam.
I stopped though.
This is why you don't put Sam under NDA. Let's just say that, okay?
Anyway, we played some games this week, okay? And I'm just gonna say I played Smash and I played Overwatch. That's all I'm gonna say this week.
It's the easiest thing.
Oh, we got Ghost Code. We can say we have got Ghost Code.
We did get Ghost of Tsushima Code. We're not allowed to say what we think about it yet. The embargo's not until the 14th of July. But yeah, we will be reviewing that one. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's pretty much my week, actually.
What else have you played?
Ghost of Tsushima. I didn't really play much else this week.
Maneater?
Maneater. Game of the generation, can I say. I mean, it's just... It's a masterpiece. It's an absolute masterpiece. It's a real shame we didn't play it on Layman.
I know,
It's perfect Layman fodder.
We want to do more Let's Plays, even if it's like just ever so often, or it could be weekly. We want to do more of that, guys.
Everyone's actually asking me, what do I actually think of Maneater? Maneater is actually a pretty fun game that I had a good time with.
Is it like I'll play this for 20 hours, or more like I'll play it for 4 hours?
It's 10 hours.
Oh, okay, yep.
And it's really repetitive, but because it's so short, it doesn't wear out its welcome. And it's funny. And it's just like clearing markers off a map as a shark, and you fight sperm whales and shit. You kill mafiosos, you fight sperm whales, alligators. There's a Scaly Pete revenge plot. It's actually a pretty good game, by the way.
I feel bad.
Look, I tell you this: if it gets on discount, then you can pick it up for $10. How
much is this actual game?
I actually don't know how much it is. It's money well spent, I would tell you, if you can get it for like $10. I probably wouldn't recommend more than that, but I definitely recommend checking it out. It is fun. It's perfect to have like a podcast in the background, like The Layman. Let's say you're listening to The Layman. You have a bit of shark, you have a bit of Maneater on, listen to The Layman.
That's a good idea.
Beer, have some biltong. I'm all about biltong these days.
Oh, I don't like biltong.
Biltong is the shit. Do we have any Saffers in the chat? Biltong, man.
Biltong, I've tried it before. It's like that dried meat.
It's South African beef jerky. It's the shit, man. I love it so much. I drove to this special bakery to get some.
Really?
Out in St. Ives, where all the South Africans are. And man, it's the best shit ever.
Okay, maybe I'll try it. If it's like actual very, very good like delicacy, then fine, I'll try it. But the stuff I've tried from like the Servo and stuff.
The Servo.
You know how they got biltong there? Like,
do they?
Yeah. They do.
Like Caltex biltong.
Yeah, they got Caltex biltong. Speaking of, if only the Layman had plans for a podcast. If only we did.
If only.
So, what else is going on?
Not much else otherwise. We've got a lot of news to get through, so I reckon we should crack. Oh, the reason we're live an hour early today.
A week early.
It's because I got stuff on after this that I have to do, and we're going to be live the same time next week as well, but then we go back to 8 a.m. because... Fuck getting up at 5:45 on a Saturday when we don't have to.
Yes.
There's also the Ubisoft event coming up soon, which will be a live stream we will do.
Devolver Digital.
And Devolver Digital.
Both at 5 a.m.
Xbox has also said that they are going to do their show. I believe I think it's like the back half of July they're going to do their show.
Okay.
And they've also said, by the way, that they're going to have like 60 playable demos on Xbox in the month of July.
Oh my god.
Yeah, for upcoming games.
Wow.
Upcoming and releasing.
Well, hopefully, if it's...
And release, sorry.
Well, hopefully we can cover that live stream, but we'll have to see.
Well, definitely, on our schedules. Yeah, if it's at like 2 a.m.
I mean, I'm down, but who knows? I think your late July is going to be pretty busy. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know if they're going to drop that stream
Sure.
in certain times. But we got some super chats from the
do.
lads.
Old Guy Gaming says, just wanted to send a tenner out to my favorite YouTube duo, feeling better now, COVID free, and wishing you boys well. Dude, if you had COVID, are we the guy that missed us before that had COVID?
Did he have COVID? Shit.
Well, I mean, it implies that, dude. Hope you sounds like you've recovered well. Glad to hear that.
I'm glad.
Hope you're
I'm glad that you're
staying
okay, I mean.
I'm like, he's glad you got COVID. That's what he's saying.
You know what I mean,
Anyway,
man.
thanks, Old Guy Gaming. Thudson42 says, like the Man-Eater review, may have to check that out for the high praise you gave it. Glad to hear it, my friend. Joshua says, hey boys, good to see you all live again. My friend Zach has been down lately and could use a good shout out to make his day. Thank you. Rockin' Stone, Zach.
Zach,
you're
we
the
love
man,
you, man.
dude. Don't be down.
You got this. You got life,
Be
man.
happy.
You got this.
Just be psyched. We love you. Thank you very much for being here, Joshua. And Zach, you're the best.
I really want to shoot this one bullet, though.
Do it. Shoot at the camera. Do it right
see
now.
See if I can hit it. Oh, I did.
Shit.
Did it move it?
It didn't move the camera, thankfully.
Wow, that's a very strong camera.
That was a Nerf gun sent to us by Epic.
So we have a little thing here, so I can just pull out shit when I play music. Almost heaven. We got extra.
We also got Crack says, Sam, your song Let's See was in my head for 2+ hours.
Who said that?
It's Crack, his name is.
Oh, Crack, man, you've got serious,
bad
class
taste,
for 2 hours at least.
Guys, I tell you what has seriously great class, though. Top shelf stuff. We're talking, of course, about Fallout 76. The good news is that it's on Game Pass. Shut up, Sam. I'm trying to do the news now.
Here we go.
The good news, guys, if you haven't yet played Fallout 76, now is your chance because it's coming to Game Pass. You can get Game Pass for as cheap as $1 and play the absolute masterpiece that is Fallout 76. Thank you, Uncle Phil, for making this possible. We really need more Fallout 76.
I feel like,
in the world.
you know what, it's the best place in the world for that because no one has to buy it. Well, you still have to pay $10.
Would you?
Which is a hard sell
Actually,
still.
you get it as cheap as $1. Do you think Fallout 76 is worth $1?
I honestly think, for the memes, yes. For an actual game, no. They should pay you $1. Okay?
This is true. They should pay you
But
many
Fallout
dollars.
First should have been that they pay you to play the game monthly. But that was not how it rolled out.
This Eurogamer article is quite funny. It says, it would be fair to say that Fallout 76 wasn't particularly well received, or perhaps even particularly wanted by many series fans. When it launched in 2018, Eurogamer's Wesley Yin Poole called it bizarre, boring, broken mess. Well said, Wesley Yin Poole.
2018? God, that feels... I can't
Feels
believe
like so long ago now.
Wow.
Feels like forever. So anyway, look, we love you, Fallout 76. Thanks for sticking around and just staying in the news cycle.
Giving us the memes.
So the other thing that we heard from Xbox this week was a bit of a kind of up and down journey, and that is that there was the two Twitter handles which are owned by Microsoft. One for Perfect Dark and one for Fable, and they have secured both of those to protect their IP, they claim. So this was Tom Warren, who was I think he's a journalist. He said, I'm not sure who discovered that the Fable and Perfect Dark placeholder Twitter handles, but a Microsoft Xbox employee is following one, and the other one is registered to a Microsoft email address.
Yeah.
So it was like, ooh, the plot thickened.
But the thing is, right, they go on to say that, a lot of times when it comes to copyright and stuff, they renew copyright.
Correct.
They renew, that they actually own it. Now, there is a particular place in the application that says, are you either planning to use or are currently using the name? And I think previous applications said no. This one now says yes.
Are you talking about the Twitter handle? Are you talking about the
copyright?
Wait. This is the. Are you talking about the trademark or the Yeah, you're talking
I'm
about.
talking about the trademark.
Okay, right.
Well,
yeah,
they're pretty
'cause I was
much
talking
hand in
about the Twitter.
hand. Oh, I see.
I was
Okay.
talking about the Twitter thing. So you jumped ahead on the story,
Jumped
Sam.
ahead, guys,
There was a
sorry.
flow.
There was
there
a bit
was
of
a
a flow.
segue, and you ruined it.
I'm surprised.
You want to take over? Is that what you want to do? You want to drive?
I thought the same story. Anyway.
It's basically the same story.
Okay, it's basically the same story.
But anyway, look, Aaron Greenberg, who's one of the senior head honchos at Microsoft, he's like, sorry to disappoint everyone. I'm just a normal guy. Wait, no, that's not it. Which one was it?
Now we don't know what's going on with this story.
I had the quote. No, there's Aaron Greenberg. I know this. He's a head honcho. He's basically like, sorry guys, there's nothing happening here.
You interviewed him, I
False
think, right?
alarm. We did interview him
Yeah,
at
that's
Expo
right,
19.
yeah, cool.
He definitely confirmed it's false alarm for this. However, what happened after that, which Sam spoiled by jumping ahead with the copyright mention,
All right, I'll take this.
was that, yeah, go on, Sam, here we go.
So, trademark, everybody. Now, it's quite standard practice in companies and whatever, trademark law, that you continuously renew your trademarks, even if you have no plans for it. They have been, Fable has been renewed. Now, look, in the actual application, there is a particular part, if I've read this correctly, which I probably haven't, that it says, are you looking to use the trademark or currently are using the trademark? They've previously put no. It seems like on the latest application, they have put yes, which has got people going, well, have they got plans for this? Have they got plans? They have come out, I think, also and said, look, we've got no plans for it. This is just standard practice, guys. We're just holding the name. Having said that, I mean, maybe next gen? Maybe.
I mean, I think definitely. Like, Fable is such a wasted IP because obviously you had all these really successful Fable games that were much loved, very accessible, sort of adventure RPG games, and then they tried to make a Fable like MMO. And Fable MOBA. I think it was called Fable Legends. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it was something like that. It was stuck in development hell for a long time, and then it got canned. It's possible that entire story that I have in my head is about a different game, and I'm wrong about this, but I'm 80% sure I'm right about
All I know is this Fable segment is going super well.
Super well, okay, right. So anyway, it's a much-loved IP that needs a new game. Okay, they've got a Twitter handle that they've registered. They've renewed the IP, the trademark, with intent to use. Xbox needs big IPs because, you know, it's Xbox and they don't exactly have huge numbers of those.
Yeah.
They have to make a Fable game next year.
I definitely
No
agree.
question.
I remember only playing the first Fable and I was like, holy shit, this is amazing, you know? But I didn't actually jump on for the later ones. Did you get a chance to play the other ones?
I think I did play 2, yes.
Yeah, I feel like it
Can't
definitely...
remember very well, though.
Yeah, I feel like it trickled off, you know, in terms of like its importance. And maybe they can bring it back. You know, I think bringing out next gen would be a bit of an oomph, and maybe it could be something that could be pretty cool.
Someone said it was Fable Connect. It's possible in that timeline, though, that Fable Connect was a real thing, okay? There could have been a Fable Connect for all we knew. So, yeah, man, I do hope they circle back on this. It will be fun.
Yeah,
it will be fun.
For sure.
So.
Okay, anyway, now we can finally leave that Fable story
behind.
behind. Oh, God.
We've got here Mario Shashin for €10. Thank you very much. Hello, boys. Good to see you live as always. Hope you're both well. Ralph and fellow Souls player, I need your opinion on Neo. What do you think of the game mechanics, gameplay-wise? I played Neo 2. I finished it. I actually really liked it. I didn't like it as much as other Souls games.
It's such a grind, right?
Not really the grind. No, I wouldn't say it's grindy. I just think it has a lot of bullshit packed into it.
That's what I mean by that. Like because I remember speaking about this with you, and you were just like, "Oh my god, this is just so like punishing to move forward because it's quite hard, kind of thing."
It's not even that it's hard. Like all those sorts of games are hard, but this one just has like trash enemies will just one shot you. And you're just like, is that fun? It's like because they kind of have a gear system where you have to like grind some gear to get to the point where you don't get one shot by everything. Look, it's hard to explain all this with Neo fans right now are going to be really triggered by what I'm saying is I just didn't like it as much as I like core Soul games. I liked it, definitely enjoyed it. I thought the level design was really boring and repetitive. But I definitely think overall it's worth it. If you like that style of game, I think it's worth it. I did overall enjoy it, and I definitely recommend it. I just don't love it as much as other stuff. That's what I say.
Mini review right there.
That is the mini
Perfect.
review. Well, actually, the funny
review.
story is about my Neo review. I actually reviewed Neo. I have a fully edited review on my channel right now, but I don't like the review. It's literally it's a 40-minute review that I have fully done and edited, but I don't like
Release
it.
the Neo
I think
cut.
it's a shit review, right? So
Release the cut.
So my editor worked on this for like a week, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to put this up. And I'm like,
I'm sure it's fine.
It's not. Trust me. I watched the review. I'm like, this is a shit
There's not
review.
enough boat metaphors, everybody.
Well, that's the problem.
Okay,
It had no boat metaphors, but yeah. Anyway, that's the view on Neo. There you go, buddy. James Walter, $5. Thank you for giving Man-Eater the passionate review it deserves. While watching, I smiled, laughed, cried, and pondered. Life itself, truly remarkable. Glad that you could have that effect, James. I appreciate that.
It sounds like the other people, the like ratio, everyone else felt the same.
The Man-Eater review.
Yes.
Well, I mean, Man-Eater is obviously the greatest video game ever made. It's a moving masterpiece. So, DeFish for £20. That's very generous. Thank you, friend. Sam, more Rocky quotes demanded. Ralph, more piss-taking reviews like Man-Eater demanded.
Okay, more Rocky quotes. Get to the chopper. That's Rocky,
that's
right?
Classic Rocky.
Pretty
right
sure that's
there.
Rocky.
Joshua says, thank you guys for the shout out. Made his day. Glad to hear it. There you go, Zach. Nate Braid says, $20, Ralph. I love you and thank you for introducing me to Deep Rock Galactic. I thought that was Dragoon, but it's not. And Outer Wilds, but I really think you missed the mark on The Last of Us 2 story. However, I absolutely respect you for putting your honest opinion out there. Thank you. Oh, man.
That's a whole other video.
That is a whole other video right there.
Yes.
Did you watch Angry Joe's
I watched...
video?
No, I haven't actually. Not yet. No,
It's
no,
pretty
no.
funny. I recommend checking it out. And what else? Adam with $2. Is PM Scott including Tim Tams in the deal with the UK? I don't know. What
Well, Boris wants to. You've seen how he was... Did you see that video with him holding up Tim Tam saying... our trade deal with Australia is very important because we do love our Tim Tams.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
God, he's a dickhead. Even when he says things that are nice, I still don't care. He's such a dickhead.
He's putting on that charm.
Anyway, guys, let's
yes.
get back to some news. Now, look, this is unfortunately some sad news. This week marks the passing of Reckful. Now, look, I actually did not know who he was, to be honest. I'm not connected to the WoW streaming scene. But certainly seeing the response to his passing, it just shows that he was obviously a massive presence on this scene. He passed away this week, unfortunately. We feel like, you know, given his prominence and the sort of response to that would be, you know, remiss of us not to sort of call that out here in this episode. So can't really comment on it, obviously. The response, though, in-game has been pretty incredible.
Huge.
I mean, you know, I used to play a lot of WoW back in the day. I know these spaces, and to see them filled like this with players just in, you know, commemoration really shows how much he meant to people. So, yeah, that's the thing that happened this week. Very sad, and, you know, wish all the best to him and his family, to his family, excuse me. And, yeah, that's all we can really say about that.
Yes.
Anyway, okay, so let's move on now to other news. Crysis. Sam, did you play the original Crysis?
I can't remember.
Did
you have it on your PC when I was younger?
I've actually never played Crysis.
Then I haven't played it.
There is a ton of games. Because we never had a computer strong enough to be able to run Crysis.
There is a ton of games that we've just had when I was younger, you know, on PC or different consoles that I remember maybe playing, and I thought this was in the same category. Crysis is a bit of a meme in terms of like, is it as good as Crysis graphics? And now they're coming out with a remastered trailer, but looks like it's being delayed before it's even the date's confirmed, right?
Yes. Well, what happened was that the game was actually revealed in terms of screenshots, and people were I think the trailer leaked. Yeah, yeah, it was. And then people were so pissed off about what they saw that the developers have actually decided to delay the game now. Oof. That's actually the thing. The headline is Crytek delays game after fan feedback to leaks. There's a comparison screenshots here on this DSO Dark Side of Gaming website here that kind of just shows where they landed with these things. Now, this one here is...
Is that the before or after?
Well, this is the problem, right? I actually can't tell which one's which. And I'm informed, though, that this is the original.
Oh, I was going to say maybe that's the...
Exactly.
My God.
So this one, apparently, I hear that the new one kind of looks more like Far Cry than it does the original Crysis.
That doesn't look like it's moved 15 years ahead.
I'm pretty sure this is the new one. I could be wrong about this. I think this is the new one.
This is a good game. It's like, which is the new one?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the old one, right?
This is the old one. So that's what I'm saying. You get more blues that come through on the newer version, and people think that that's not true to the original.
I see.
And also just doesn't look as good. Like, especially with this screenshot. That is not as good as this screenshot.
Yeah.
It's just not.
That's crazy.
There are comparison images that
I want to see the next one. So, okay.
So that one, I'm pretty sure. So this is the new version.
That looks new. That looks newish.
And that definitely looks better. And then there's this one looks a bit dated.
But like that doesn't look...
No.
Crysis came out, what, 10 years ago?
No, I actually don't know, but it's more than 10 years ago.
Is it more than 10?
Could be wrong.
10 or 15, right?
It's a long time.
That doesn't feel like it's jumped ahead 15 years. And when you have a brand that you're like, dude, we made the best looking game ever. Like, your remastered has to be the best looking game ever. Or what are you doing?
So this is also the image of the new NPC dude. And, you know, this is what it was before. So, look, people are very upset about this. They've delayed their game. I don't know how much they can do in a few weeks in terms of, like, you're going to delay something. Like, how much can you really change it? But, you know, they're going to try their best, I guess. So good luck to them, I say. That's how that goes. We've got Christian Bevellard for $2. He says... When is The Last of Us 2 spoiler review discussion coming? We already did that. I told you. The Maneater review.
The Maneater was it, man.
Was the one. That just tells you everything you need to know about The Last of Us 2, okay? Colton DK is back with 89 Donkey Kong coins.
Thank you very much,
friend. Good to see you, as always. Who have we got? We've got Zendra here. Morning, Zendra. Thank you for being here early for us. We appreciate it. All that new shell safes behind you and no home for Cacti. Where is Cacti?
Cacti is right here, also in my prop box, everyone. Don't
just put him in the
never
prop
too
box,
far.
Man. Give him his due. Come on.
Sorry, okay.
Don't disrespect him like that. We've got Forzathon for 100. I think it's rupees.
Oh, that looks like the Witcher symbol. That's right.
Fable is 99% in development at Playground Games, St. Albans Studio. It's been leaked by multiple reputed insiders. Worst kept secret at this point. There you go. I haven't actually heard that though. Where is Fable in development? Yeah, I didn't
Really?
actually hear
That sounds like we would have seen an
I
article
mean,
on that.
I believe you. I haven't personally heard that. So
Wow.
yeah. Oleg is here, Sam. I really like your songs and listen to it every day. Bought your single on Apple Music.
Thank you,
Hope
man.
you're getting that cash so you can afford Cyberpunk.
Well, actually,
I suspect
I
we'll be
appreciate
getting
that.
a free copy of Cyberpunk. That's our suspicion.
I hope we do.
Hopefully it's early.
On Spotify, the whole album's been played like a couple of 150 or something, 160,000, right? And it's made their smallest amount of money. How do actual creators that actually make serious money on Spotify? Like, they just can't. Like, it's just crazy. Anyway.
Look, one story that broke this week that was quite funny to follow was in relation to Crash Bandicoot and its microtransactions. So what happened was that Crash Bandicoot was listed on the Microsoft Store. And when there's a listing that goes up for a game that can have in-game purchase... I'm good now.
There we go.
Can have in-game purchases. They put a little plus sign next to it to be like, hey, you can buy shit in game.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, oh my god, Crash Bandicoot has microtransactions. Oh my god, the internet went completely insane. As you do, fair enough. As we do.
I mean, we're like, holy shit, there's a story in that.
We looked at that story, like, should we do that story? And we're like, we don't really know enough yet. Let's hold up on that one. It was good that we held up on it.
Because I think like 12 hours or maybe the next day or whatever, they clarified, of course.
They did.
So, firstly, Crash Bandicoot 4 was the worst kept secret ever. We should start there. That was, of course, It's About Time. It was leaked, then it was released. The trailer was released. Now, it did originally look like there was going to be, microtransactions. Now, they've come out and clarified. They said, we're seeing confusion about the microtransactions in Crash Bandicoot 4, and we want to be crystal emoji clear. There is no microtransactions in Crash 4.
Yes, this says here the game's totally tubular skin pack, a set of colourful throwback clothes currently being offered as an incentive to buy the game digitally, will also be made available to everyone. Okay, well then, why would you?
That makes weird.
Or maybe you can earn it in game or something.
No, maybe they're just like, guys, no, we didn't mean microtransaction. We meant everyone gets it for free. maybe they're just stepping back because they know it's
The
going to be
important
hard.
thing to remember though is that it's Activision. And Activision is full of shit, okay?
Yes, and
so we know this because back in the day when they did Crash Team Racing, and then they sort of like, hey, we're going to add microtransactions to that like 9 months after its release. So, like we can't be like, good guy Activision. We love you, man. Well done.
Was there a red dot that you could get on the paint job?
Yeah.
Could you change the pedal colors?
in your cart.
All these things important. Okay.
You can change the bottom color of Crash's the soles of his feet when he.
Oh, very good.
Very
very good.
$10 per shoe sole skin.
I would not be surprised if in several months when they've got the people that are still continuing to play and like the media has moved on to the next game that they drop some microtransactions. Who knows?
It's Activision, man. You can
Activision and
bank
Activision
on it. So the other thing that came out this week in relation to microtransactions was not our headline story. That's soon. But it is this story here in relation to Halo and the Master Chief Collection.
Which is also a bit of a confusion thing.
A lot of people, were like, hey man, what the hell are you going to be adding microtransactions to the Master Chief Collection? Fuck you. And then that's it. Let's explain what happened. One of the developers from 343 said there was a line in an interview where we were talking about using the season points to purchase unlocks. The word purchase was misunderstood to mean money. 343's Tyler Davis said, we're updating the wording to remove the word purchase to unlock in the blog. So basically they have said that there are going to be no microtransactions in the Master Chief Collection. Thank God. What are the chances that they'll do the same thing for Halo Infinite?
I wonder what that is. I mean, we know nothing still. Literally,
we know nothing.
Nothing. We've seen a weird trailer now of a talking grunt or whatever it is, and it's just showing the waveform. Apart from that, we've seen like 4 seconds of Master Chief on a ship. Like, that's all we've seen. And this thing's apparently coming out in 6 months.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on there?
Sure.
But, look, I don't think they'll do the same thing. But how different the climate is, like, just on the side thing, like, how, like, 2017, microtransactions were everywhere. Now they're, like, really having to clarify, no, there's no microtransactions.
I think,
It's just such a different world now, I feel, that we are seeing with a lot of games.
I agree. Games still have microtransactions, but I do feel as though it's a different climate now, definitely. And
It's such a dirty word.
It's much more dirty. I think it's very much more like, cool, you're going to do a free-to-play game, fine, have some microtransactions. It's a paid game.
Yeah.
Just don't do that. except in some instances. And one
Here
of
we go.
those,
That was
one
a
of
nice little
those
segment.
instances is the sports category. And
Yes.
one game in particular...
The casual area.
One game in particular wears its microtransactions very proudly on its sleeve. But it's today's top story. Do the sound, Sam.
Well, where are you on the sound? Why am I the only one doing the sound?
You're on the soundboard. I'm pressing the button.
Okay, here we go. Nice. Okay, so 2K, everyone knows that this is a evil company. In terms of they are the
2K are a scumbag
they
company.
are holding the last bastion of being like microtransaction 2017 stuff, right?
Yeah.
Now they come out with a 2K every year. Do they do the same thing as FIFA? Like they just change the logo and then like you can still see some of the same code in the
they do all the
background.
same shit,
Of
yeah.
course, right?
Yeah,
So there's very minimal stuff that's going on really for these games. Before we even get to the story, they have said, they've really emphasized that next gen, they're going to be building it from the ground up and blah, 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 blah. Do they actually do that? Of course
fucking
not.
way. Do not believe
Of
anything
course.
these scam artists tell you. They're just
Exactly.
utter liars.
So,
total
now,
liars.
This is a precedent being set today with this, okay? We're seeing the first pricing structure, evil pricing structure for next gen games and games that are coming out on current gen and going to be porting over to the next gen. So if we go down, we can actually see the graph. There's 4 different types of models that are coming out. 2 of them are going to be...
Look at how complicated this
Yeah,
is.
it's just... It took me a while to even get it, right?
Sure.
So there's 4 different types. Now, 2 of
Look
them...
at this, man. You need
just
like a
everywhere.
PhD to figure this shit out. You know
It
what
took
I
me
mean?
a good 2 minutes to be like, which one?
What?
So there's 4 here, as you see. The $59.99 is going to be the basic model, only going to be on PS4 and Xbox One and PC or whatever. Now the $99 version is going to be on PS4, Xbox One, and is also going to port over. And it's the same model.
Port over to next gen, Series X and PS5.
Exactly. Now the next gen is already going to be $10 extra.
Yeah.
As well as if you buy the $99 version on the next gen, it also ports back to the previous version. But it looks like the basic model still. But whatever.
Yeah, look, and
It's very
the
complicated.
other thing, by the way, there's so many layers of scum to this story. The other thing that I think has been confirmed is that the PC version won't be based on next gen version. It will be based on the previous gen version.
Oh, you're right. You can see that in the bottom, actually. See, it's not showing... You know what I mean? Like at the bottom there, it's only showing PS5, Xbox Series X, but it's not showing that... You're saying the graphics, right?
Yeah, the game, graphics, build, whatever else is based on the previous...
The current one, yeah,
current
okay.
one. Yeah,
Cool,
so
cool,
that's
cool.
another thing. But anyway, look, this is really bad, obviously, because you've got a situation where not every other, but so far, everyone else is giving away next-gen upgrades for free, okay?
It's become just like the standard now.
Totally.
I mean, we're seeing even EA jump on this shit.
Even EA are giving away. They have a different program, to be fair. They
Yes.
have like a window where you can redeem your upgrade for your EA Sport game. You've got like a 6-month window, and then you can get a free upgrade to next gen if you buy it. But you don't have to pay in that time. It's a free upgrade for 6 months. It's still shittier than, like, say, for instance, Xbox's Smart Delivery, which is if you buy it there, you can always get the next-gen version for free.
Definitely.
You've got other publishers, or developers, I should say, jumping on that as
Red.
well. You've got CD Projekt Red, who have confirmed if you buy Cyberpunk on PS4, you can upgrade to PS5 for free. The industry is very clearly making a statement that if you want to buy your game this generation, you will get the next-gen version for free. You have Scumbag 2K here trying to, like, chart a new way forward, being like, you know what? I'm going to charge you for that.
And,
I'm going to charge you. That's it.
Yeah, and look, another thing that we're seeing here is an actual price difference. Even if we put the stuff aside about the next gen stuff, the price difference in terms of next gen to current gen for getting the same game but just a graphical upgrade is now maybe also something they're trying to set an evil precedent for. Do I believe that they should be charging extra? Well, not really. I mean, games have been the same price roughly now for several years.
Yeah.
There's definitely the argument up there that are games going to start getting slightly more pricier? Because even if we look at like Nintendo 64 or like PlayStation, weren't they roughly the same
Yes, they
price?
were. But in Australia, it's different for us. Like in Australia, by the way, I remember paying like $120
Yes.
for Metal Gear Solid 3, for example. Maybe even Metal Gear
No, I
Solid 2.
think it was. I do remember the $119.
Yep,
Yes,
exactly.
I remember that.
So, because Australian dollar is different, like, because everything is pegged to the US dollar.
Mm.
So in Australia, we've always been paying around the same price of around $100, sometimes more, sometimes less.
Yep.
But like, it's always recommended retail $100 for a game here. Okay. In the US, I understand there's been a bit of flex in that price, but it's been in the general ballpark vicinity, I think, of like $50 to $60 for a long ass time. I personally, as I said on Twitter, I'm actually okay with the price of games going up over time. Because, like, prices go up, man. That's inflation. The price of everything in your life goes up. And I know there's always the example of the one thing that doesn't, like televisions are cheaper. And I get that, right?
Sure.
But at the end of the day, like, in life, there is inflation. It's a thing. I'm okay with the price of games gently rising over time, indexed to inflation, etc., etc. But not when your game is a fucking casino marketed as a sports game. Not when it's completely crammed with microtransactions and bullshit. Like, no, fuck off.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
feel like the pricing structure. I agree with that. I think that, we haven't really seen, in my experience in Australia, we haven't really seen a price rise in games in like 20 years, right?
We haven't.
Haven't.
Literally, we haven't.
Like, so like, I understand that, these games are getting more complicated. These studios are getting bigger and bigger.
Wages is really the thing, right? Wages go up, and like, that's a good thing as well, because by the way, developer wages are so low. Like, they do not earn much money for the work they do. Okay, so like their salaries hopefully rise, and I'm okay with like prices, going up in commensurate with that. Do you know what I mean?
But the point I'm trying to make, I think that it's not a great way to present the new pricing structure when you are trying to tap it into this whole like, going against the grain with everyone else in terms of a pro-consumerism approach. You're going with this stupid, pay $99 and you get the both ones, but if you pay $60, then you can only get the current one.
This company, this game, this fucking franchise, they do every single thing they can to be the worst.
But they just don't
every
care
single thing.
Because they know what market they're in. They're in,
totally.
like casual, like I'm a casual, like whatever, right? But like, let's be real. The casual market is different to the hardcore.
Yeah.
The hardcore is the one that's probably going to be pretty loud in terms of like voicing their opinions and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They know that like people that play these games and GTA and all this kind of stuff, it's just like, it's just like, it's not going to be met with the same fierceness. So they get away with it every single time. It's the same with FIFA, it's the same with EA. EA has a completely different pricing structure for games they know they can get away with.
Yeah.
Like, they'll never do that again with a Star Wars game. They just won't do it.
That is true.
Anyway, super chats.
So that's the top story for today. It's 2K Games, scumbag company. Stay away from them. Don't buy their bullshit. Yes. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what we say, because no one who's genuinely like the target audience does not watch the layman. Okay, they don't give a fuck. But anyway,
they're all hardcores, aren't you guys?
That's right.
Like me.
We've got Tess here. He says, "Hey lads, if Xbox first party showcase is anything but great, do you think that gives PS5 an unbeatable advantage regardless of launch day games?"
No, I don't think.
I don't think so.
I don't think that. I think Xbox can definitely seriously weigh in this generation. They've bought so many studios. They're really gearing up to be an IP war. Before it was like a power. Look at how powerful we are. We have no games, but we're powerful. Now it's more like, we've got heaps of studios, but we're going to give you some new IP. So I hope they can give Sony a run for their money.
I definitely want more competition this generation, for sure. Speedy Gonzalez says 2K and EA Sports games can burn in hell.
Yes.
PS Plus review. Speak more about Nintendo Switch new games.
Please.
Excuse me. Please review. Speak more about Nintendo Switch new games. We don't speak enough about Nintendo games. I agree with that.
I would like to do more. I don't know if our audience.
There's a paper. Yeah, our audience. Okay, listen. This is the thing, right? This is the thing about Nintendo games. It's pointless talking about them on YouTube. No one cares. You know what I mean? Like,
you're gonna buy.
Nintendo fans are just gonna buy it anyway. They don't care what you think about it. Do you know what I mean?
Ocarina of Time remaster worth?
No. Paper Mario might be the worst game ever, but no one cares.
I'm gonna buy that shit.
Like Pokemon Sword and Shield was garbage. No one cares. It still sells out the arse. Do you know what I mean?
Up for debate.
Talking about it. For debate. Then we're like, he's like, please stop talking about Nintendo games.
Yeah. Now you see why.
Miggy, he says, with the right hairstyle in town, Ralph looks like a young Georgie Gardner. I don't know who that is.
That's a girl.
I thought that's Georgie Parker. I don't know who Georgie Gardner is.
I know that name. Is that someone?
We're Googling Georgie Gardner
like a sitcom or something?
Georgie Gardner. That's a woman. It is a woman.
Oh, it's the girl off Channel 7.
Oh, it's her!
Yeah. Sorry, Channel 9. On Today's Show.
Let's bring it up.
I see that a bit.
Let's see this.
I see that a little bit, actually. Yes.
Georgie Gardner.
I'm vibing it.
Yeah. I reckon if I had a wig and everything, I could pull that off.
Ralph's very Karen-esque when he has a certain type of haircut.
That's right.
Very Karen-esque.
Yeah, that's it. So.
Okay, so more super chats.
She's a handsome woman.
She's a very handsome lady.
I could do much worse. You know?
And then we'll do 1 or 2 more super chats, and then we'll go.
Yes, we've got Mario Shasson with £20. Very generous. Thank you, Mario. Fighting Cowboy, another streamer, regarded Neo as a result of an orgy between WoW, Diablo, Dark Souls, which I kind of agree. I see what you mean, though, but Now I want to see that Neo review, Kof Sekiro review. Yeah, I know. I think that's a good way to describe it.
Any Souls game, like you can't get the review out. You cannot get the review out.
No, I have done reviews for. So I've done Ashen.
Oh, that's right.
Which is a really like baby Souls game.
What was the one that we played with the gun? Yeah, that's another Souls game that you did review. We co-opted it together.
Surge. I reviewed Surge.
Okay.
We co-opted.
Yeah, we did. I
was
can't remember
that
now.
Ashen? Okay, right. We've got Steve Caldwell. He says, "Weekly dono. Have a great weekend, lads. Thank you very much, Steve. Greetings from the Netherlands." Says Gijus
One of my
Greenman.
favourite places. Amsterdam is so nice.
Amsterdam is pretty cool. And what
You know,
else?
it's actually very close to the Dutch. Actually,
Is it really?
Yeah.
What are you saying?
And close to Holland also.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so just check it out there.
Good joke, Sam. Ryan Green, Sam. Let's see.
Another banger?
Let's see, is a banger. Bowen, he says, for £10, Ralph, have you ever considered revisiting the Metro games on your channel? I've just rewatched your review of Exodus and would love to hear your thoughts on the other two games of the series. I have played them both, but haven't reviewed them. So probably wouldn't do a review. I'll probably just wait for the next Metro game, to be honest. But I did like them. And yes, I really respect 4A Games' work.
Watcher? Watch gentleman.
Trent Fu says, "Watch your gentleman. Truly good to see you. Thank you very much."
What?
Friend.
I don't know what
Not
Watcher
sure
means.
what that means, but that's okay.
Maybe saying Witcher.
But we love you.
I don't
anyway.
know what he's saying.
Guys, Nintendo president is very sorry for what's happened.
Finally,
with
we
the
are getting
Joy-Con.
this. So this has been a problem I have on my. Okay, so let's just go back. So Joy-Con drift, big problem. It's been going on. Big problem. Yeah, been going on ultimately since the beginning of the Switch, right? Now, they also did the same technology for the Switch Lite. It's the same Joy-Con, and I'm having issues with my Joy-Con.
Really?
So annoying.
No way, wow.
Anyway.
It's such a shitty little joystick. Like, it's so bad. It's worse than a Nintendo 64.
It's better than the DS one, the slidey looking thing, though.
Yeah,
it's better than that. So, there's been a hell of a lot of YouTube things about this. I think there's even been lawsuits, right? Like
there has been class action lawsuits.
Class action lawsuits about this. Now, the president of Nintendo, which his name is Shantaro Furukawa, I think?
Shuntaro Furukawa.
Is that kind of it?
That's definitely it. Shuntaro Furukawa. That's the one. We nailed it.
Okay,
that's it.
We didn't, did we? Anyway, he has now come out now and said, what's the actual quote?
Regarding the Joy-Con, we apologize for any trouble caused to our customers.
And that's it?
That's it.
So, I mean, after that response, all the class action lawsuits are dropped. Like, everyone's like, it's okay now. It's all good.
That's it.
Thank you for apologizing. But it is good, I guess, for them to actually acknowledge that. But will that acknowledgement mean any financial repercussions? I'm sure they'll still try and dodge that. Like, they don't want to have to pay for Joy-Con drift.
Do you remember when Sony had to do that apology for like the hack thing, and all the executives like stood up on the stage and they did the bow thing? And remember that one?
I remember that.
Oh, it's pretty famous footage. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's like these like senior Japanese executives like doing this like honor bow kind of thing. Like, we have shamed our company, you know. So So anyway, look, that's a thing. You're not going to get your Joy-Con fixed. TLDR. No, actually, they will fix it for you.
Yeah,
but it will break again, I think, is what they said.
Several months ago, they did come out and say, look, send it back and we'll fix it. So they did say that. But mine is a weird Joy-Con drift thing. But anyway, we won't get into it. So next,
guys, the really good news. This is a true headline.
This is the second headline.
This is a true headline that came out on the 1st of July. Mixer had its second best quarter ever.
Do you know why? Because it's ending. So people are like, shit, I want to watch this because this is history folding into nothingness.
That's not exactly it.
That's not why.
It's just hilarious that unironically they don't even mention the fact that in the
they do.
They got closed down in the headline.
On the sure. In the headline.
In the headline. But basically, Mixer actually saw some sort of improvement. They got their numbers were better, the second best quarter they've ever had. And this was,
pretty good. So down a little bit further, it actually says the millions of hours. So they are usually, where is it? Somewhere.
Mixer also went from 3,800 average CCV to 50,000 last quarter, inching closer to all-time high set in quarter 2 2019. Yeah. So. Concurrent viewers, by the way. So, look, they really should have hung on. They should have waited for this report to come out. They had a chance.
If only they saw this report, Mixer would have been like, listen, Ninja.
Ninja, man, dude.
How about we keep going? We got this.
He's like, no, and he's like, hang on just one sec. yeah, Dr. Disrespect. We got to cancel that streaming. We got to cancel that streaming platform, man. I'm sorry. Mix is going gangbusters now. I'll call you back later.
Spotify's like, oh, damn it. Got it. Speaking of that, what the hell's going on? I'm calling it now. I don't think we'll hear about the Dr. D thing. It's now
It's going to become like an Area 51.
It's definitely Area 51 stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, is he even going to come to another... I mean, the moment he comes to another platform, he has to address it, I feel. Anyway, we will see. So, speaking of this that has no segue whatsoever, a student has been arrested for allegedly making bomb threats to Konami. So this actually happened in the middle of June, I believe. Let's just go down a little bit.
It was...
June 16th to 18th.
Yep.
There was bomb threats at Konami headquarters. A 16-year-old kid, man. That's
the threats were made in the user review sections of the Pro Evolution Soccer mobile game in an online app store.
Wow.
Can you believe this? And this guy was arrested for that.
Oh, wow.
That
Well,
is
look, I mean,
crazy.
any bomb threat is a serious threat.
He said, I'm going to blow up Konami's headquarters. I'm going to kill all the people.
That's terrible.
Okay, we shouldn't
No, we
laugh.
shouldn't laugh.
This is
That's
very
terrible.
bad. But at the same time...
Look, I think platforms matter. Like, if someone
Platforms
said that on
matter.
Reddit, like, okay, this guy's an idiot, and I think this maybe falls into that same category. I don't think a 16-year-old kid is actually going to do that, but
He said...
he's been arrested and...
Following his arrest, the suspect admitted to making the bomb threats, claiming he was pissed at the company over a bug in the Pro Evolution 5 mobile game that resulted in him losing.
I'm sorry, but that is bad.
This is a whole new level of review bombing, okay?
That
This
is
is a whole
crazy.
new definition
Oh, that is...
of review bombing. So, that's it, guys.
That is funny. No, but look, I mean, we should be clear. We don't think this kid was actually... Look, if there was a serious bomb threat, of course, that's bad. But on the
think this is
Google
just
Play store, it's like, oh, I mean, he's just being an idiot kind of thing.
He's just being an idiot.
Just being an idiot.
Look, you know, we hate Konami too, but let's keep it in check, okay? Let's not go overboard.
Let's
with
not
it.
blow this out of proportion.
Okay,
that's
nice, Sam, nice.
Okay.
Thudson is here. He says, saw an ad cut out from the mid-1990s marketing NES and SNES games for $60. Games have always been that price, but they get record sales now. That is true. As in, I wasn't
I
sure
see,
about
yes,
that
yes, I
price, but
understand
they've,
that
as I
idea.
said, they've always been around that ballpark, so...
But the growth of gaming is
Sure. What music do kangaroos listen to, says James C?
Hip hop, very
Hip-hop,
nice,
very
like
nice.
that.
2K's pricing structure, says Aiden, for $25. Thank you, that's very generous. He says his 2K's pricing structure is the Troy Baker quoting Roosevelt of shit tier pricing structures.
Oh yes.
Poor Troy, he's never going to recover from that one. Sorry, man. It's just terminal. Ben Parker with 10 New Zealand dollars. Morning from New Zealand, boys. I'm a long-time watcher of your videos. Best around. Much better than Yong. Yeah, well, look, when you're right, Ben.
We can't disagree.
Can't argue with you, man. We disagree with you, but we'd be wrong. Vicious Lord says, for $5, I expect all games to go up in price for console players next gen. Yep, I think
Again, I
it's
just
possible.
think that I'm sure a lot of people will be like, "Why games going up?" But like,
That's life.
I
man.
mean,
Prices
we've had
go
a
up.
pretty good run. You know,
Yeah,
we've had a pretty good
20-year
run.
run. So yeah.
know?
If they put up the price by $5, I'd be okay with
Exactly.
that. If
If
they
it
put up
means
the
that
price
more-
by $20, I'd be like, no.
Yeah, if more devs end up just being able to eat better at night,
That's not. Well, that's the problem. That's the problem with all this. That's not where the
but
salary.
100%, it just goes to the execs. I
Exactly.
agree.
It goes to old mate Andy Wilson, so he can buy his third yacht.
Yeah.
Is this good for my
Nice.
marina?
Nice.
Is that where you put boats? Marinas?
Marinas,
That's
yes.
the one.
we go.
Cold-blooded saying, I've been playing 2K since Dreamcast. I'm the target audience for 2K, and I'm not into this. A lot of 2K people are actually upset about it. Cold-blooded gaming, that's true, but then at the end of the day, they still buy it anyway. That's the point. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, look, if Cyberpunk came out saying, guys, we're actually going to charge $400 for this game, I probably would still buy it. You know, like if you love something so much, you're so excited for something,
Yeah.
price doesn't matter as much, you know?
Jacqueline is here. She says, for $10, thank you very much. I care whether the new Paper Mario is good or not. I don't religiously buy Nintendo garbage. Nintendo's garbage, and it's impossible to find non-biased reviews. Please review the new Paper Mario.
That's
Hey,
very true.
that's true.
There's a
That's a good point.
huge bias with people that just love
That is true.
Nintendo.
That is true. Yeah,
Very-
Nintendo people like who cover it on their channels. I agree.
And there's also, I think, a bit of a if someone comes out, a guy or a girl comes out with a review saying a Nintendo game sucks, they have to prepare themselves for like total annihilation in the comment section. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a thing.
I do know what you mean. Sam.
It's a total
I know
thing.
exactly what you mean.
So that is a thing. Yes.
So we've got Angel grants for $5 here in the US. New AAA games have been $60 since the Nintendo 64 days. Can't expect publishers to let those margins shrink indefinitely. Somebody's got to give. I agree, Ancient Gods. I had someone on Twitter.
Hence why I think microtransactions have been such a prominent thing. I know they go
Yeah.
we need this, but and development costs have gone down over years. We should actually also point that out.
No, that's not true. I mean, it all depends on how you look at it, right? There have been, in some ways, they've gone down because you can there's more efficient technologies and whatever else. In other ways, they've gone up because they're doing more motion capture now, and they're doing, they get Hollywood actors and all that sort of shit, and wages have increased, so it kind of balances out. But look, regardless, yes, it is a complicated discussion. And we have a secret plan to fight inflation.
We do. Do we? Well, we'll tell you when we figure that out.
It's a secret. I can't tell you about it. But if you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. Casual Clark with $20.
You are amazing. That is a very nice. Is it a pear? Dancing pear.
It is a dancing pear. That's right.
I appreciate that pear.
Trench Food says Watcher is a greeting here in Blighty.
Oh, is it?
Is Blighty in England?
Blighty sounds Blighty
sounds
Blighty, mate.
It does sound English.
It does sound very
Guys,
English.
did you know that Sony might be buying Warframe? This is a true story.
Well,
Sony weighs bid for Hong Kong-listed gaming firm
Leo.
Leo.
It's a parent company. We should actually make that clear.
It is. So they own Digital Extremes. Go on, Sam.
Okay, so it's a parent company. But look, it stands to reason that if they are investing in this, that they maybe want to jump into bed with Warframe. Because if they buy the parent company, let's just be clear with the audience, because I already know this, of course. If they buy the parent company, do they also own the rights then to Warframe or not yet? That's a separate acquisition.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure. I don't know if they'd own the rights to Warframe, no, but they would. That studio is owned by this company, so therefore, I don't exactly know how the IP. Whatever. The point is, they would probably be able to put Warframe exclusive on their platform if they wanted to.
Which may be the goal, but look, Warframe is still gigantic. What a great win, I think, if they could actually corner the market for PS5. Would they do that though? I think that's a pretty big thing to be it's already on these platforms. But guys, sorry.
Yeah.
It's we're eating it.
It would be a massive dick move. I would not want them to do that.
Exactly. I don't think they would do that. Maybe what they would do is start doing DLC packs and certain items and stuff. Which,
they would definitely do that.
Yeah. Which I know it's still a dick move and stuff, but that's something maybe more in the realm, and who knows, right? But it doesn't sound like they wouldn't buy something unless they really had plans for some of their most respected and beloved IP, right? So I think Sony may have plans for Warframe, but we will see.
Yeah, well, at the moment, all it is they're drawing up terms for a potential financial transaction. That's it. There's nothing confirmed. It's just that they are eyeing it up. It could happen, but then again, lots of things could happen. I mean, I remember hearing one rumor one time when Microsoft was talking about buying EA. Come on now.
Oh, yes, I remember
that. Remember that rumor?
Yes.
I mean,
Did we cover that?
No, we didn't cover it because we knew it was ridiculous.
Because we don't ever do things that aren't news, everybody.
That's right.
Okay?
That's the way.
Speaking of that, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, 200 gigs. This is
hard-hitting journalism right here, guys.
Hard-hitting journalism, everybody.
Let's complain about hard drive sizes for a Battle Royale video game. Did you know, though, that the Hyperscape from Ubisoft is 9 gigs?
I mean, this is the thing. I don't understand how some of these games...
I don't understand how this game...
I mean, I honestly feel... Okay, I've seen conspiracy theories out there that say that some of these games purposely made them gigantic so people can't put heaps of other games...
That's a meme. That's not true.
You never know.
That's
you never
a
know.
meme.
Okay, well, let's get into this. So, 200 gigs. So, there's the latest patch that has dropped. There's a particular new feature in this, actually. What is it again? Can't remember what they've thrown into this now. Into the latest patch... you're able to do something else in this, right? But it's also now blown this out to 209 gigabytes.
No, this one is saying it's 235 gigabytes on his older HDD.
It's just crazy.
235 gigabytes.
I mean, it's just crazy,
what
man.
What are you guys doing?
But the thing is, I mean, I've seen a game recently that where the 50 gigs is still. And these are amazingly looking, nice looking games. They're 50-odd gigs. How are we getting to the stage of 200 gigs? Is this only for the Battle Royale? No, this is for the whole...
this is for everything.
Sure. I just don't understand how some games can clock in. Like Red Dead. Red Dead was what, 80 gigs?
I actually don't remember, to be honest.
Red Dead was about 80 gigs. I remember that. And you needed 2 separate discs for it.
Sure.
This is 200 gigs. So you need 4 discs for this stupid thing. I mean, it's going to get to a stage where... selling games in disc format is impossible. You'll have to just do what they did with Overwatch on Twitch. You just buy a physical case, but there's just a code in there.
Yeah.
You don't actually buy a disc anymore.
For sure.
That's definitely, I think, the road that we're going down.
Yep, I agree with you. It's pretty crazy. Next gen, man. Like the next gen
next gen is
SSDs are
going
like
to be-
next gen SSDs are like 1 terabyte or whatever, right? You can fit like 4
2 games.
You can fit like 4 copies of COD on it. That's it.
But like next gen
You know what I mean?
games are going to be even bigger. Can you imagine? This, I mean, it could be it could be 1 terabyte or some shit by the end of the generation. Because the start of PS4 was not 200 gigs. You know, like it was like 30 or 20 or whatever. So it would be very easy to see that games next gen would be like 10 terabytes or some shit.
Speaking of COD, actually, it turns out that they're doing a double XP weekend, and it's actually fake because all the XP has been halved, so that with 2 times XP you get what you normally get. So
I mean, how do they not know people are going to find this out? Like,
I don't know, man.
people, this is what like people do. They go on Reddit and they expose shit. Like,
That's it.
do you know what I mean?
I
It's
do know what
so
you mean.
not that hard.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Anyway.
So that's another little thing we got there. We got some super chats here. We've got Ivana says, will Crysis Remastered be 16 times the detail? It seems unlikely given these screenshots. 16 times 16 half the detail? That doesn't make sense.
Nice.
That's not math. Brendan
no.
Barr says, Yong no.
No, we Yong nah.
That's just mean.
That's mean. We
Tom-
love Yong, and you know we do.
Tommy says, greetings from Munich, guys. Also 2K bad. Agreed, friend. D-Ball with 20 euros. Thank you, friend. Greetings from Ireland, lads. My knowledge of Australian is based on that episode of The Simpsons. And you two, I'm stereotypically hammered at the moment, so enjoy those
nice.
dudes. That's the Irish we know as well.
exactly
We grew
right.
up in Bondi, which is about 60% Irish, so we can
lot of
confirm
backpackers.
they're all drunk.
Yes,
so that's
yes,
perfect.
yes.
We've got Ansi here. Guys, just want to know what's over BB's pod. That is a Cyberpunk 2077 visor.
So we thought that...
I thought BB would enjoy that.
Because when BB does grow up, then what year... No, there's not even a year, right, for Death Stranding. What year was Death Stranding set?
No, I don't think there's
Who
a
knows?
year,
All I'm
so.
saying is when it grows up, it'll be 2077, so BB can wear that hat.
Sure.
Nice joke. Next.
We've got Slam Her Clam for
my God.
for $10. He says, "Hey, chill up. Are you gonna get a Death Stranding? Are you getting a Death Stranding on Steam?" No, I won't.
We've already played it.
I've already played it. I would, as in, I don't have time right now. Like I've got lots of other stuff going on. I would like to be able to play it again. One day I will definitely play it through on Steam for sure.
Yeah.
But not.
Look,
anytime
we've
soon.
heard very good things about that port.
Apparently, the
Very,
port
very good
on PC for Death Stranding is exceptional, by the way. They also just released a trailer for Horizon Zero Dawn's PC port. Apparently, that's looking exceptional as well. It's a really great trend to see Sony putting this effort into these PC ports rather than just shoving out like Warner Brothers style garbage, which is barely playable, you know? We did miss one that I got here from Angel Grunts. How much do you pay for that official team jersey? Overpaying for licensed merch is a badge of honor in sports ball fandom. Why should games be exempt? That's true. I agree with that.
How much you pay? Oh, I see. Yes,
You're like paying like $500 for a team jersey or whatever. So Ryan also says, I recently checked out your Last of Us 2 review. It has a way better like ratio than when it first dropped. That is true. I think people just needed to see for themselves. Late thanks for a job well done, sir.
It's just like was it Fallout or games that people were yet to play.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
then when it
Fallout, Anthem.
Yeah,
same
when it
thing.
comes to Anthem especially, when it comes out, everyone's like, oh yeah, okay, maybe this does suck.
I actually really recommend, by the way, the Girlfriend Review. So there's a channel
100%.
called Girlfriend Reviews. They do fantastic work, and they did a review for Last of Us 2, which is actually exceptional. I don't agree with what they have, the conclusions they reached, but I really respect that they
What
reached
they
those
do, and
conclusions and how they explained them. If you're looking for a really positive review of The Last of Us that kind of sells why so many people like it, that is the review that sells it best of all. I think that actually kind of just nails it. So go and check out that review. Because it's just a good counterpoint, I think, to a review like mine, which is like, this game sucks. So yeah. Hey, Hoy also says, hi from Sydney. Are people upset that CD Projekt Red removed wall running from Cyberpunk? I think it's a good decision because they can focus on improving the overall gameplay.
I mean, I didn't even miss it. I mean, I didn't even realize it was like a.
Well, no, I think
big
I would have
thing.
thought it would have been a later feature. That's why I wasn't like, oh, where is this? You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, cool, whatever.
It actually, when you play the game, it feels like it would be kind of weird. Actually, do you know what I mean?
I don't think so. I think it would definitely fit in that world. Guys, turns out there's still a House of Lords. They're
is
the
very
House
strange.
of Lords in the United Kingdom, Great Britain.
When I saw this headline, I'm like, what? The Lords call for immediate gambling regulation.
Yeah.
It's very strange. Oh, here, you know, no more loot boxes
That's
anymore.
how our parliament sounds, though. It's the same.
Very true. But the Lords, everybody. Okay, now I didn't really know what the Lords were until I had to read this article, and Ralph had to educate me on it. So, Lords are the people in government in England, and they're like
The upper house.
The upper house. Not the Commons, everybody.
Not those commoners.
But the Lords. Now, the Lords have determined that gambling is...
Gambling.
Gambling
is
loot
gambling.
boxes is immediate... Loot boxes are... If you go down, it actually says the quote. Where is it? Games of chance. The Lord said that they should be classified as games of chance, which would bring them under Gambling Act of 2005. If a product looks like like gambling and feels like gambling, it should be regulated as gambling.
Whoa!
Hey,
Mr. Speaker, hey.
Mr. Speaker.
Look, I mean, obviously it's the most self-evident thing in the world.
I've never seen something that's so like. Why isn't this done already?
Yeah.
Ugh.
So the good thing about this, though, is that they don't need additional legislation to be able to put these changes into
Or they can just go
effect.
bang, it's done.
They can do like under existing legislation, they can just start bringing this under that remit and then be like, cool, this is now being policed under or regulated under gambling. Great. And at that point, I reckon the whole house of cards tumbles, because you're talking about like Britain, which is a pretty big consumer of FIFA, for example.
Yep.
If they start going this way, man, I mean, and you talk about mobile store, I mean, Britain's a pretty major market, do you know what I mean?
Yep.
And if this happens, this is very, very big.
And
so
we've already- yep.
really welcome this.
And we've already seen Belgium and another country.
I think the Netherlands.
Netherlands, yes,
I think
that's
they
right.
also had.
Yeah.
Was
They
it-
banned
I'm
loot
wrong about
boxes, and of course EA went to court with at least one of those countries.
Sure.
Didn't win, and they've just like stopped doing microtransactions or stopped selling those particular types of games in those markets. So I think that when we do see a major player like England jump in, it's going to be very hard for EA to sustain, I think, that type of monetization, because I do think now it's going to go throughout, the EU, because of course England is still part of the.
Have they not left yet?
I think they're still trying to leave.
I thought they
Or
left.
have they left
I
yet?
thought they left. I'm pretty sure they've left.
Oh, have they left?
I could be wrong.
Well, in Australia, we barely know what's happening in the current events. Anyway, so I think that that's going to happen, and then of course that's going to domino effect it throughout Europe probably,
Yeah,
and
for
then
sure.
US is going to have to take some stance on it too. And EA, my God, what are they going to do? Like legitimately, we've made comments about this before. They are so heavily reliant financially on this very fragile monetization structure being legal. And once it's not legal, that share price, the value of that company, it's just going to topple big time.
It
They
would
made
be,
like
yeah.
800
They make
million.
$1 billion a year from Ultimate Team.
And that is more money than anything else they make, I think, combined, right?
Oh, absolutely, for sure.
They're looking to lose half their entire revenue, I think, in a single click of legislation.
Yes,
It'll be
they are.
interesting to see.
Yes. We've got Hive says, love your vid, guys. Thank you very much, Hive. Z06 Prime, thank you for your content. You guys don't hold back. Skill Up, thank you for still doing Skill Up content. We need your voice in the Division 2 madness. Yeah, I haven't gone back to Division 2 in a long time. I hear that they just had a new content drop, and then all the people like cheated their way to like the first clear and stuff. I wasn't following the drama, but I definitely heard something about that game has always been plagued by cheating and like exploits, I should say.
In the, what's the middle area called again? Oh my God.
Dark Zone?
Dark Zone.
No, this wasn't about Dark Zone. Dave, £5, says, just check the game dev wages in the UK. They're a national average for developers of 41,000. Web developers typically get 30 to 50,000. Yes, but they don't work 9 to 5 hours. Let's just say that. Most game developers are
7 to
like you crunching way harder than your average person who works at a bank
Yeah.
doing normal like 9 to 5 jobs. It's a
And
very
they're like-
different world for game developers.
Yeah, and the manager's like, oh, you want to go home? Oh, you just had a baby. Oh, mate, we're going to need you tonight. Sorry,
that's
pal.
right.
You know, it's going to have to wait.
Kartik asks, what do you think of Nioh 2? Scrub back a little bit, my friend, because we did have a Nioh.
Is it Nioh or Neo?
Nioh, sorry. Nioh 2. We did have that discussion a while back. Love you girls, long time. Says
love you too,
Ebby
buddy.
Young out. Now, guys, we've got a few quick stories. We can't do a layman episode without doing our epic,
of course.
our epic good segments. It's
put a,
it's our most popular segment of the week. This week on Epic, you can get, what do we do?
So maybe we do
It's pretty good, actually.
Thank
Not
you very
bad.
much,
Not
guys.
bad.
That is going to be our
Epic Goods, they have...
What are we doing? All right.
We've got Epic is giving away a game called Hue this week. I don't know what it is. I've clicked on it. I now own it, but I
looks
don't know what it
weird.
is. So it looks like Inside, but with colors. That's it.
Sure.
There's nothing free on the GOG store except for the Cyberpunk 2077 images, wallpapers,
Yes.
thing, whatever else.
A must get at the moment, everybody.
Speaking of, happy 4th of July, America.
Yes.
This is your day today to celebrate.
Okay, no more.
Celebrate your thing. I don't know what it is they celebrate. The Independence Day? That's from the movie. I know
the
that.
Independence Day, 4th of July, right?
Yeah, isn't this where you sign the Declaration of Independence as the 4th of July with
That's
the John
right.
Hancock and the and the cake, and now let's all get drunk and play ping pong.
Yeah, that's right.
And they
Yeah,
have the
yeah,
kickers
yeah.
party for the signing of the Declaration.
course,
Anyway,
of course.
that's Fortnite to celebrate this event have added Captain America to their game as a skin. It's not there now, you can't see it.
Oh, you
but,
can. It's down. I think it's further down. No,
it's not. It's not.
I did see it when I looked at the story.
We should have probably get it.
Anyway,
Oh,
it's
wait,
on
is
here
this-
now.
this is him?
Oh,
This
that's
is
a
not
weird
him? No,
Captain.
this is not
Okay,
him.
so it is just like basic Captain, but it's not like Avengers Captain. It looks a bit more comic-y.
Comic-y
Looks a bit
Captain.
more comic-y
So
Captain.
look, Captain America is in Fortnite, guys. We know you're all big Fortnite fans out there. So are we. We're huge Fortnite
Huge
fans.
But like,
And
I
so
can't
this
think
is
of
big.
another company that has just aced the whole incorporating
Yeah.
very popular IP from John Wick to Thanos to other people. Oh, it's Star Wars. They do Star Wars. I feel like they did.
Yeah, they had like an in-game event, like for you could like
Watch Christopher Nolan movies.
Yeah,
you can
they
do
had
that
like
too.
a TIE fighter thing, like a dogfight thing above in Fortnite. You could watch,
Interesting. I don't remember that. Anyway, they are the masters of that. Everybody.
Guys, last story for the day. It is, you might have seen the recent Netflix documentary, The Last Dance,
Yes.
featuring old Michael Jordan. It's
MJ.
spawned lots of memes, that one. Just, the headphones one where he's like on the bus and he's like, what?
Oh, I
Have you seen that? That's a new meme
no.
that's done the rounds recently.
Okay.
Anyway, one of the key things within that story was their rivalry with the Detroit Pistons. Turns out that rivalry also existed in NBA Jam. Because recently, one of the developers actually revealed, he said this, okay? Making this game in Chicago during the height of the Michael Jordan era was a big rivalry. It was the Pistons, whatever. But the one way I could get back at the Bulls once they got over the hump was to affect their skills against the Pistons in NBA Jam. And so I put in a special line of code that if the Bulls were taking a last-second shot against the Pistons, they would miss those shots.
On the buzzer.
And so, if you've ever been playing the game, make sure you pick the Pistons over the Bulls, because literally the developers built cheats into the game in NBA Jam to prejudice against the Bulls and make sure the Pistons win. I mean, imagine what Michael Jordan would do if he heard about this. Imagine how pissed off he'd be at this developer. You know how that man holds a grudge, okay?
Yes.
He's going to come over to your studio and like dunk 50 points right now just to prove to you that you don't do that. You don't
First
mess with
game that we
MJ,
ever saw
okay?
cheating in. First game.
That's right. So, guys, anyway, that is Layman Live for this week. We're going to make sure we haven't missed any super chats. We've got one here from Stardust Rossa. Toss a coin to my beautiful boys from Layman
nice.
Down
Thank you.
Under. Keep it up. Good work. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for an awesome week. We have so much content
Thank
planned
you,
this
guys.
week. There's a lot's coming out. We've got Iron Man VR. We're going to play
We're
that.
going to do that?
We've got a big announcement coming this week. You're going to hear about that.
Yes.
We've got Cyberpunk news, which we can share. Sam doesn't even know about that yet, but it's a thing. And exactly, look at the look on his face. That's how real it is.
Are we going to share this now or not yet?
No, that's
Oh, sorry.
this week.
Of course.
You'll see. Okay, guys, we love you very much. Thank you very much for being awesome, and we'll see you soon.
Layman out.
Do the song.